Alright, the leaking evaporator on this 2007 Prius, but it's really low on refrigerant, as you can see using, if you went by the sight glass, let me zoom in on it, right there. So let me hook back up my low side gauge. I have 50 grams inside the hoses right now. I weighed in 50 grams. And so I'm going to connect this up. And I already know there's 50 grams trapped inside the hose, which is close to 2 ounces. Trying to do this with one hand. There we go. There we go. You can hear the tone of the compressor changed as soon as I connected that up, because a little shot of refrigerant went inside. And now let's look at it, see if it looks different, because there's people who like the looks of bubbles. This is for the bubble boys. And I would say that looks different now. Take a look at that. Does that look different than before? So let me open it up and put another ounce or so in. Now we went from 60 grams to 130 grams. Now let's come back and take a look at it. And that's what it looks like. Let's put in a little more. Now we have 200 grams of refrigerant in there. Bingo! We got a clear sight glass. So since we have a clear sight glass now, then that means we're full on refrigerant, because the guys who fill up by bubbles always say when you have a clear sight glass, you are full. So now I'm going to perform a recovery, and I'm going to get my recovery tank, and we're going to weigh what comes out. So what will come out is the 200 ounces that I put into the system, and whatever was left in the system, and whatever the difference, we'll know what was in the system plus the 200 grams that I added. And let's take a look at what's the temperature coming out of our dash now. Okay, so we go over to field piece, because I already have the gauges in there. So we got 48 degrees coming out of the dash, 87 degrees going down there, and where the 87 degrees is way down there. So if you could see where I have my sensor in, my sensor is stuck in, and then I have the sensor bent, and that's a 12-inch long sensor, so it's picking up the mix of all the cold air from here, the warm air from here, so it has a mix of cold and air. And it's right in on top of the fresh air filter, and that's the temperature of the air going in across the evaporator. And then supply is the air coming out of the evaporator. So I'll stop this video and we will go on to recovery.